How did Viet Cong booby traps work in the Vietnam War? Imagine walking through a dense jungle and suddenly triggering a hidden device that could cause serious injury or even death. That's exactly what Viet Cong booby traps aimed to do. These traps were simple but deadly tools used to slow down and weaken enemy forces, especially American soldiers. They took advantage of the thick jungle terrain and the element of surprise. Most booby traps relied on mechanical triggers like tripwires stretched across paths or hidden under leaves and grass. When a soldier accidentally disturbed the wire or stepped on a pressure plate hidden in the ground, the trap would activate. These devices were camouflaged with natural materials like leaves, dirt, and branches, making them hard to spot. The Viet Cong wanted soldiers to feel constantly cautious, knowing danger could be lurking anywhere. One common trap was the punji stick. Sharp bamboo stakes were hidden in pits or under foliage. Sometimes these stakes were coated with poison or feces to cause infections. When stepped on, they would impale the foot or leg, causing severe injuries that could immobilize soldiers. Another trap involved swinging devices like bamboo whips or spiked balls attached to trees. When triggered by a tripwire, the bamboo whip would snap forward at high speed, impaling the victim. The swinging mace was a heavy spiked ball that swung down violently, targeting the upper body. The Viet Cong also used tiger traps, which involved weighted boards with spikes that would fall or slam down on a person. Cartridge traps were cleverly hidden bullets placed on nails acting as firing pins inside small holes covered with natural debris. When stepped on, the bullet would fire, injuring or killing the soldier. Grenade traps used grenades without safety pins, rigged with tripwires so that when triggered, they exploded instantly. Mudball mines were hand grenades encased in dried mud or clay, camouflaged and pressure-activated, making them tough to detect. Snakes were also part of the trap arsenal. Bamboo tubes filled with venomous snakes could be released when a tripwire was pulled, adding a psychological element of fear and confusion. The Viet Cong also rigged enemy flags and trophies with explosives. When soldiers tried to take or lower these items, the traps detonated, causing casualties and discouraging the collection of enemy symbols. These traps were used extensively to slow enemy advances and cause casualties without direct firefights. They also created a constant sense of danger, forcing soldiers to move cautiously and slowly. Sometimes, secondary traps were set to explode after the first, targeting medics or soldiers rushing to help wounded comrades. This tactic increased fear and kept enemy forces on edge. In the end, these booby traps showed how a less technologically advanced force could use terrain, ingenuity, and psychological tactics to challenge a more powerful enemy. They forced U.S. troops to develop special skills like disarming traps and navigating tunnels, making the guerrilla warfare in Vietnam a complex and dangerous fight.